Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome once again. Good afternoon. Okay, appear to be having headset troubles. No, okay. Well, we've got headset issues here, but it sounds like everything's going through okay. Welcome back once again to live coverage from the 2016 Canadian Mixed Doubles Curling Championship. We're live from the Canada Curling Club in Saskatoon. My name is Sean Joyce. Susan Lang with me in our broadcast location.
Good afternoon and welcome, curling fans.
Carey running the control panel to my left. Just about set to begin here in draw number 3. Full slate of games. Once again, these are the teams from Pools A and Pool B. We're going to once again feature the game on sheet 4, and they're just finishing up their draw to the button to determine who has last rock here. We'll be watching the Northern Ontario champions, Megan St. Amand and Chris Glibota, will be taking on Chelsea Carey and Colin Hodgson.
Chelsea Carey, of course, we're very familiar with. We've just been watching her quite a bit recently on TV as she claimed the Canadian Women's Championship and was Team Canada at the recent World Championships.
And there you see the full slate of teams that are going to be on here in this draw. We'll let you know that there is a number of different ways that teams could qualify for this event. We did talk a bit about some of the provincial championship teams. There have also been teams that have gotten in here through their CTRS points. Playoff teams from last year's mixed doubles championship that was held in Ottawa got a berth back in, and there was also an event held. It was the Walgrain Mixed Doubles Classic, and the teams could earn a berth in here by that one. And there were a number of mixed doubles events this year, and you could earn points through those systems to get in here, those events as well to get in here, and that was the system that they used to determine the 32 teams.
And again, it explains why, as we're looking across the sheets, you're seeing teams with regular curling garb, but you're also seeing teams that are sporting their provincial champions or their provincial championship jackets. So it's quite a mixture out here of team formats, or in the way that they got here. So for many teams, it's the first opportunity that they've had to represent their province. So it's a great way to get that national experience.
I had a chance to play in nationals last year myself, and even at the national level last year, and I'm sure, I haven't talked to enough of the teams to know if that's the case here this year, but some of the teams at nationals last year were actually playing their first games of mixed doubles when they got to nationals last year, and probably that's the case here as well. Certainly a lot of the names that we recognize as the elite players, the ones that have been to the Scotties and the Briers and such as that, they haven't played a lot of games. Of course, they've been busy with their 4-player teams, and in some of these cases, the teams are quite spread out. Chelsea Carey, for instance, originally from Manitoba, but she's in Alberta now. I don't know how much chance she would have had to play with Colin.
So our Northern Ontario champions did win the hammer with their draws to the button. Chelsea Carey throwing first rock for this duo. Seeing most teams, as we were saying, you get 5 rocks to throw, so the teams decide who's throwing rock number 1 and 5 and who's throwing rocks 2, 3, and 4. Primarily we see the female curler throwing the rock 1 and 5, but there are teams that have opted for the other format also. So a very nice draw in by Chelsea.
Line looks really nice, Chris.
And Megan looking to follow that down.
Wait only, line's nice.
Megan St. Armand from Thunder Bay, but going to school in Sault Ste. Marie.
Got a curl.
So this team is representing the Sioux Club, or the club from the Sioux.
It's got a nice looking draw here. Well, we talked about through the first 2 draws how important those first draws are. 2 perfectly locked freezes to start this game off. They've come to play.
Very impressive by Megan. Look who she's up against, you know, in the sense that could be intimidating in itself, but clearly no opening butterflies there.
You never know with some people. Some people get to play these teams that they've seen on TV, and they They really get up for these games.
Rise to the occasion.
She could be one of those players.
Curl, 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 curl.
So Colin Hodgson looking to answer the call there, but just bounces off.
I don't mind right
Probably
here.
wanted to jiggle those a bit, but he had to get closer to the face. That roll-off is going to allow an opportunity for Chris Glibota to now come down, sit in the pocket, and that'll give him the chance to get that yellow and out later.
So Chris is skip on his men's team, so all this sweeping is going to be a little different for him, but young strapping young man, so sure lots of energy there.
Hard, 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 hard. Hard. Hard, hard, hard.
Another outstanding draw, settles it right down into the pocket between the yellows.
So Chelsea looking for some backline weight. So they need to break some freezes here and get some openings for these rocks. So Colin Hodgson, whom we all recognize as the lead for the Reed Carruthers team.
Yep, yep, yep. Whoa, room. Close. Whoa, 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 whoa. Curl. Yep, 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 yep. Right up, right up, right up. Right up, right up. That's good. Real good.
Looks like he got just enough of a wiggle there to perhaps leave room to get that red through the hole later.
They hit this and ours are both gone.
That's right, half a rock and both those yellows are
I
gone.
think. Want a guard?
Freeze.
But then they run. Okay.
Just freeze it. Yeah.
Well, we've seen a lot of this draw game already so far today with the draw freeze, but there's usually been a few taps. It's amazing already to start here in the first end. How precise all of these draw. Only one draw, just a little bit offline. I think the weight was what Colin had in mind, but just didn't get to the face of that stone
Want a
enough.
curl?
It should.
The weights have just been bang on here already. Of course, this is the second game for both teams.
This is our third game on sheet 4, and this side of the ice will curl, but nothing crazy.
I don't know that that's the angle he would have liked.
Oh,
He
you
would have
never
liked to
get
get at
nose
least
is
to the
really
nose
good. They
or
all go.
inside so that
Are you throwing weights?
they
I
couldn't
think I have
run
to
it
throw-
onto the shot stone.
It's like firm, not peel, just firm. Should be.
So Colin's played other positions in his curling career, but has been settling in at lead on the Carruthers team. So this is one of the appealing parts of this format of the mixed doubles, is a lead doesn't normally get to throw
Yeah.
and look at 6-7 rocks in the house, and
Well, they hit that.
I think they love the challenge.
Letting leads throw hard just doesn't sound like a good idea to me.
But again, you just get so many opportunities to play so many interesting shots.
Curl, curl, curl.
You could see the flip out there on the release, and that's why Chelsea said no right
Yeah,
off the bat.
He wanted this to the nose. I mean, he can still juggle the
Actually,
two
that's what
reds,
I
but by hitting it on that side, the first stone stays in the top 4 foot.
I just came away. I actually need to try and throw this hard. I tried and just like ease in, and I never hit the broom.
Looks like the red stone at the top of the 4
hard,
foot
I
is
can
second
hit it.
shot right now.
So Colin saying he's more accurate on his bigger weight throws than he is on when he's
Actually
trying
turned
to
out great.
ease it in. That was kind of a good comment.
I like even here, Chris. Just there. Yeah.
Same ice.
Yeah.
It's helping us.
I'm sure if his teammate Braden Muscowie is dialed into this broadcast, he's probably rolling his eyeballs like crazy already. Just going, that's why you're playing lead,
To
Colin.
go back, it's like to hit the guard is a complete disaster.
Actually, Braden's the only person on this team that's not in this competition, as we've seen both Derek and Reed out here.
Well, we might have a good chance here actually. If he kisses off either, let's hit 2 or 3 underneath. That red must be closer than the yellow.
Weight's good.
So staying with the same outturn draw.
Where? Got a curl. Got a curl.
Okay, weight's real good.
Got to get
Okay,
by
so
their
you gotta
own
go
stone.
Straight.
Absolutely has to get by his own stone. He'd leave a double.
Hard.
And just rubs off it.
You gotta believe
Oh,
it's
let's
gonna
give him
curl
a-
there.
This for 2, and that for 2.
Don't know if they rolled out far enough to get to the inside of that red stone. You can see from that angle. Looks like it's just fully open.
Here is a complete disaster, though.
Yeah.
Fortunate they didn't roll any farther. If you could hit
Think
the
you go
inside
three
of
by
that
guarding?
stone and roll over, you could
No,
probably
probably
sit 3 or
They
4
have the
here.
run,
And
but they do have the
Yeah, you
run.
throw a guard, he probably has this for 2 at the intern, just quietly.
I
It's
don't
not
know. I don't think so. Yeah, you might be able to off of it, but
Does he have the run for $1 million? Get them both?
that's
For
for 4,
four?
yeah.
Just let him try it, or? Because it's an easy deuce if we do anything else, right?
Is it an easy deuce if we're here?
No, that's really good. He can slash the outside of it.
Dead nose? No, that's easy deuce.
Dead nose is easy.
No, it's not. That's not easy deuce, is it?
I think so. Just
Well,
play
no.
it quiet.
If we dead nose freeze,
Yeah.
how
I
does he
think
have a deuce?
if he plays like
Oh, I
back,
see.
it's not gonna.
Okay, so let's freezer. See, the freezer hit it, but hitting just catches there.
Yeah, it's touching
Kills
ours.
2 yellows or
Always
kills.
touch ours.
Just always air light, right? We can't tap it. Tap's a disaster.
No, shorts.
Play for a 3, and if I got the line, I'll sweep it there.
Yeah.
okay, well, money
yeah,
well
then
spent on our
guard,
mics
we
that
don't
time.
want
We
that,
heard
right?
the
So-
entire
Three's totally fine.
conversation and
Yeah.
a lot of
Just throw for 3,
conversation.
and I should be able to take it a little bit.
The placement of this stone, they feel and tend to agree, pretty critical so that they don't leave some kind of lineup for 2, possibly 3. And I think Chelsea's right that he could run it back and maybe score 4, but would you take that much chance in the first end? I don't
The
know.
weight's pretty good.
Line's close. Room.
I think the weight's pretty good.
Line's nice. Not moving.
We're almost froze.
Needs to curl.
We're froze.
Needs to curl, Colin. Has to curl. Has to curl.
Sure don't want to bump that stone from the
Right
outside.
up, right up, right up, right up, right up, right up, right up. Go, go,
Looking
go.
to get some curl. And it will stay on the outside of it. And now it's a relatively simple
I think it's just nose for
Didn't
2.
curl one,
nose
eh?
hit to get 2.
This is sucking.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you ever get to the inside of this, even nose, I think you still get it. You gonna
Okay.
sweep or do you want me to?
A little bit of room to get to that inside, so they certainly can overcurl. It takes that top 4-foot one out of play anyways, but
I think
Yeah,
play
they-
it safe and
Can't whip it down here anyway because you can't roll that red stone
no.
out of the 4-foot. But really doesn't need to. She only needs to move the back one maybe 6 inches.
And we haven't seen any crazy curl here either, so just easy weight. And again, a classic mixed doubles end here with just about every rock in play.
And 7 of them touching the 4-foot.
So Megan St. Amand with a big shot here to start the first end.
Close. It's got to curl. Curl, 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 curl hard.
This is out there a long ways.
Really
Starting
hard.
to make a move now.
Really
Got to
gotta
get
go.
close to the nose with the weight
Uh-oh.
that she's thrown. This could actually tap it in for 1.
And it does.
Tapped it in towards the middle.
Sorry, Chris.
Chris thought it was 1 red.
Yeah. Almost wiggled in for shot.
And they do agree it is a single point for the Northern Ontario team, so they will take the lead. Chelsea Carey and Colin Hodgson will have last rock.
Yes, sir.
She thought she had hack there, but a little firmer and a little outside and escaped there.
I thought she was gonna squeak you guys in there.
I almost did. I can't believe it wiggled like that. If any more weight, it would have
With
been.
the hug line, I was like, oh no.
Well, if oh no was the worst, he was thinking that because it did look pretty ugly coming in. She had to get close to anywhere close to the nose. She probably scores 2, but either too much weight or too much ice or a combination. And she wasn't very close to making that, and they were looking at hack weight, so I think probably too much ice too. You see that
Lightning.
fairly commonly with these
Lightning,
aggressive
lightning,
stones. You know, they curl real hard as the weight starts to come off, but as you pick up the weight, of course the weight doesn't come off. They don't curl nearly as hard as you might think.
Well, we saw that on one of Colin's shots there too, where his out-turn draw just didn't come up quite enough. He was just that couple feet heavy and
Okay,
didn't
wait
catch
on
that
me.
final curl.
Of course, you don't want to tight ice the broom too much in this format because you've only got one sweeper, and especially in a case where you're sweeping your own rock, you don't get a brush on it for
Light
probably 20
rotation.
feet down the
Good throw.
ice. Little tap made there, but again, you can
think
see
this
from
one.
that camera angle, she managed to keep the rocks dead in line.
Freeze.
Because if we're gonna air, like we want to freeze on this side, if anything, hey?
There's just that much gap, so dead nose is great.
So from watching this sheet already today, this outturn side has appeared to
I
be
think it's
curling
light, but
a little bit more than what the intern has been.
Flow, so
So we're seeing really good rock line here, really good rock action.
gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta
it's pretty close. It's pretty close. How's mine?
go. It's good.
Curl or no?
You're right up. No, yeah, curl. Oh, stop, stop, stop.
Good.
That's what Chelsea wanted, just that little bit of an angle. She wasn't quite convinced that the dead freeze was the shot. She wanted to keep options open.
Well, certainly the little tap opens up a little bit more room for them, and by keeping it on just a slight angle, they've got a chance to get it
Don't
past
there.
that yellow one at the back.
All there, I think.
So this one
Way out
has
there, eh?
lots of room.
It's one
Got
thing
it,
you probably
girl.
see more of
Come
here,
on.
and you do see setup shots in a four-player
I don't really
game,
wanna
but
go.
you see a lot of setup shots in the
Stop.
mixed doubles
Come on,
format.
girl.
Stop, 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 stop.
Okay,
Okay.
Chris.
Gets the little tap there, but a little too far off the nose.
Steven, just freeze. No, down.
Still, it sort of took that very back yellow one out of play as potentially being a counter.
For now. But the key for the Carey Hodgson team is that with that red rolling over just a little bit, there's room to pass it by the stones at the back.
Oh,
I think he can get to the inside here. Maybe get another
Close. Yep.
stone a little bit under cover.
oh, oh. Oh, close. Close. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Yep, yep.
I'd love to tap this by those two stones at the back 4 foot.
We'll go all the way out, all the way out.
Oh, that's a really nice
This
shot. Nice
or
touch
this?
shot.
Okay,
What do you like?
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is the stronger call here. I can understand the instinct to want to remove that top 4 foot, but
Yeah.
there's just danger written all
Yeah.
over that shot.
Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hard, hard, Chris, hard.
Trying to drag it in here, past this top yellow. Just squeaks it past, right on the pin.
They are making some incredible
that?
touch draws in this game, both teams.
Here.
I can only see like 3 inches.
Same kind of weight.
Yeah, okay.
Good adjustments from Chelsea Carey. You know, she's just has just come off of that world ice there at Swift Current. You know, a lot bigger curl than this, even though
Whoa.
we're seeing lots of nice curl. That, you know, that's got to be tough
Whoa.
to see the
Whoa,
shots
whoa,
differently
whoa.
now that you've had very short turnaround time to get used to new ice conditions.
Now the weight's quite a bit different here as well. That
Yeah,
unusually
curl,
heavy
curl.
ice in Swift Current for the World Women's.
Nice shot.
And that's a
Real good.
very good answer to that nice shot that Chris
Winner.
put in.
You need to hit less.
Less weight.
You need to hit
Or
less
less
of
of the
it
rock.
and really pop it.
Pretty good.
Well, there's at least
Yeah.
a double available. Might be able to get all 3 of the yellows.
I'll go. Chase.
Chris, I think we throw this. This will jam here and should lose this, but
That's right. Just
Here.
Depending how you hit it, it may not dead jam either. It may spin off. The red one's not going anywhere.
that's right. But even she can get rid of 2 and keep her
what do you
shooter
say?
there. Keep that intern pocket open for the next shot.
think we have
Most
to
important,
bail
the 2 she
ourselves
gets
out
rid
of
of are
it
the 2
again
in front of
here.
this, in front of the tee line as well.
Exactly.
how do you catch? This has got to come off here.
It's not going to.
No, I know, because you got to hit it here. Unless, and then this will just jam, dead jam.
And this goes into that.
Unless, You hit it like just off nose. This might go to there.
Could only squeak and then I have a draw and that's straight. Or
No, this is your last, I think.
No, I have 2 left.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. Just off nose.
Just a hair high, eh?
I think
At the very least, you know, to remove that rock from the top button, start to set up a pocket for the saver draw.
I think it goes straight out the side. Off the top of that other stone.
What if we just
Still-
nose it?
Yeah, nose is good.
Stay right there. This is my last, eh?
Pardon?
This is my last.
Okay.
See, we've had enough trouble up here keeping track. Now they're having trouble down there because he thought he had 2 left. This is his final stone.
Yeah! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Got it, Carl.
And that's
There's a
exactly
great
how I
shot.
thought that was going to go. It's coming across the top
didn't
like
think
that,
we'd do that,
it would
but
go
that was
straight over
great.
the side, and he did get the one out. Now, still not a lot of danger for
Yep.
Carey and Hodgson, but a little harder to generate 2 when you've only got 2 rocks left.
It just goes on either side.
Just not used to playing with lively rocks.
Line's good.
Threw it brutal. Way wide, turned it in.
Lots of room.
It's pretty good.
Lots of room.
Freeze.
Needs to curl.
Freeze.
You don't have it yet. No.
Oh, it's heavy. It's way heavy.
Way heavy and no lines, not a good combination.
Ah, Collins.
Okay.
And he will slide right through the back. Well, now an opportunity perhaps for the Northern Ontario team to set up a steal if they could get one to the top
So this way?
top of the button around that guard.
Even
Pretty
if
much the same speed on this side now.
yeah.
Well, we've already seen some nice draw weight here from Megan. And after not getting that chance for 2 completed in the first end, even to get the force here is a good result for them. But you're right, they've got a tremendous opportunity here to put a lot of pressure on Chelsea and Colin.
Well, and when you've already got the 2 rocks sitting in the back of the 8-foot, if you can bury this stone,
Go big
Chelsea's
again.
only shot to score might be to try to move it. Well,
Wait
it's
on
a
me,
little
Chris.
risky
Wait
to
on
play
me.
the weight to try to move it
Mine's nice.
when there's 2 other rocks sitting at the back of the rings. If you go by everything, it's a
Curl.
3-ender.
This one's sliding along nicely too. It's not stopping in front of the tee line.
Her line's nice coming in, but yeah, just going to be that little bit too deep.
Turn, turn. Okay.
Still a big shot here for Chelsea Carey that, yes, you've got the backing and everything, but there are still 3 red rocks in there that she needs to contend with.
Well, we saw on Collins a little bit heavy, as we've seen already through the first 2 draws. It doesn't get quite the same curl. It would be real easy to slide by everything. You can't throw this to the backing just because it's there. You may not get the line for it if you do that.
Got lots of line.
Room.
Gave that a nice little push out. Make sure that she got out to
Line's
that broom.
good. T-line.
He's giving it a solid enough brush. I don't think he thinks it's heavy. Close for weight.
Line's good. Room.
Line's coming in nice now. Well, may have overswept it just a little bit. Does get a rub off that stone, and now who's shot rock? I'm going to go with red.
I was going to say yellow, but looks pretty close.
You can measure.
We need those glasses there that are on the button as our logo.
Okay.
It's got
Can we do our own?
those spectacles have the best view.
And they're going to call for the measurement.
And Sean, we know this. It's a real highlight for you today.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a chance to see this in action.
Holy.
This is the Not that we can really get a good view of it from the
Felt like it was
overhead,
about
but
16 and a half
I know.
seconds on that
no
throw.
more
It was
big
lightest one
clunky
through.
measuring stick.
I thought it was
They've used these
pounds
laser
there.
measures to measure the draw to the button for a while now, and I
Oh,
believe, if I was told correctly, this is the first event that they're using them for all the measurements.
okay.
Oh, great job by our producer, Carey Tarasov, zooming in there. And then we get a glare on the second one, so we can't do the comparison anyway, but that little display will give them a very accurate readout to the distance.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other one?
What happened?
Well, that's
Well,
interesting. It's close enough that they're actually going to go back to
we were
the...
61.3,
They
but
both are.
Sorry?
that measure said we were shot, but I'm a little nervous with that. That's way less accurate than a laser.
Well, and that is the
Yeah.
player's right to ask for a remeasure.
And I think part of the issue there is
61.4. I didn't see
the thing about
Said
the
a-
stick,
said a 3.
when it runs by,
Okay.
it will
No
only
worries.
touch at the spot that's the closest
Yeah.
to the pinhole. And with the laser, they have to actually find that spot, and as they bounce around, it changes just a little bit. Well, here we can see just about to the first line, and with the glare, we're not going to be able to tell, but I think it was
Go
yellow.
back around.
And it's close enough, they're going to pass it by again.
Well, I think if the laser was close, this isn't going to be any more accurate.
No, these won't be close to the laser.
Hit almost to the third line there. She passed it by faster than our
They're close.
camera could get there.
They're really close.
Close enough to call it a tie.
Okay.
This one was 61.3 and this one was 61.4.
Okay.
Well, it's two options. You go by the laser or we blank the end, I think, right?
Well, I mean, the laser.
Yeah, whatever you
Okay. Well, we'll take our one.
take one.
Take our one.
Wow,
I did
that's
oversmith
how
it, yeah.
close it
Oh, you
was.
still did.
The laser had
No, I
it by
didn't. By
1/100th
definition, I did
of,
oversmith
and I'm not
it.
sure that,
Whoa.
not sure what they're measuring that in, but I would assume that it's,
It's okay. Just trust it. Trust it.
Oh, you knew that line was coming. Actually, I was going to comment on Chelsea Carey's last draw that this is completely different routine for
I thought it
her
was a
shot
halfway
routine
guard,
getting
halfway
into the
down
hack.
the street, that rock.
She doesn't have two sweepers there with their
really?
usual
So it
cadence
must
that they
be 16
always.
and a half on
Jocelyn
top.
had her normal
I
trust
thought
it,
she
you've
was
got
really
it type
close out
of
her hand,
speech and reference
and
that,
ended up like
again, it's
close.
this mixed curling format throws curlers out of their normal comfort zone.
Yeah. think you
I
can probably
may
super
have
rocky from the
suggested
top.
to Colin before the game that that was his job.
Okay, I'll give you the same weight.
Whatever you like.
So after 3 attempts at the measurement and it being that close, it does go up on the board as a single point. We're all tied up here as we begin in number 3.
Okay, a little more than your
Lots
last,
of room, lots
but
of room, lots of room.
I think it's close.
Needs to curl. Whoa, stop, stop. Line's good.
So going with what they're comfortable
good.
with, going back to this out turn. We haven't seen, sometimes players will take the in-turn draw here just to learn the other side of the ice so that they're not figuring it out late in the game, but felt very comfortable with what they know already here on the out-turn draw.
Well, the teams
Shot.
seem to be liking the
Pressure on
outturn
that
both
way.
ways, so at least both sides should be similar weight. But you're
Suggesting
right.
they're
Is it
outturn
locked
teams
on?
or
Corner
Well,
frozen.
it's looked that way so
It's
far.
what?
It's corner frozen on this side.
Okay. So do you want to
I think it was the first game we had this morning, and
Outturn,
we've,
out turn?
it's only the third draw, but we've packed everything so close together. It's already getting tough to remember. But I think it was the first game. They played out turn one way and in turn the other way, so they were only playing one half of the sheet. And they got to about the 5th or 6th end, had to play the other side, and lo and behold, the weight was quite a bit different as well.
that's right.
Got it, curl. No, it doesn't got a curl.
Weight just needs to come down here a little bit.
Good throw.
Nice little bump, a little more than she would have liked, but it does unlock the 2 at the back. She would have perhaps liked to have left a little bit more of that red stone in front of the yellow. It'll be tough for Colin to get to the inside, though. It's there. Certainly there's enough late finish here that he can get to the inside of that, pass it by his own stone.
Mine's good. Right to it. Yep.
I was just thinking here too, Chelsea Carey calling the line. This is where it's nice to have a skip as your second player. The line calls and judgment, it's part of their skill set already.
Like
Versus, other teams are doing really well with front end players, but again, for different reasons, their weight control might be a little bit different or something. But very, when Chelsea Carey, she's very confident with her line calls and judgments, and that's always an asset to bring into any team.
Hard! Hard, Chris! Hard!
Well, having to play that intern here, and this one's really curling on him. By the guard.
Just got it by.
It's going to be solidly on that yellow stone.
Okay.
I was going to say they could have just stayed on that just a little bit longer.
Yeah, they might have wanted to keep more angle on that.
What do you like?
Corner free.
Yellow's shot right now.
Here.
Again, we'll see if they went
Why
to
run? That red's not going
school
anywhere.
on that shot.
This is.
Okay.
Tight on you.
Yeah.
It's always nice to get some feedback from the curlers there.
I don't think that
Chris thinking he was a little narrow on the broom.
because you have to get to the lowest spot.
His weight again was spot on, though. He's been pinpoint with the weight. Of course, second game for both teams now. It looks like both teams really wired in on the
Got
draw
room right
weight.
now.
Close to there. It's there.
Okay,
Saw
well,
two
no
heavy
curl
ones,
then.
and
Oh,
that's
it's
it.
pretty close.
Needs to curl if anything. No bounce.
What do you like here?
Same thing.
Well, no, because then we never get rid of that.
It's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Tap it around.
I was going to say that was sort of the angle I thought they needed on the first one.
Yeah.
I think
And they gave him the
Just like
angle
back
back.
four.
Could have probably got tight to
Like
the guard
back
at the same
four?
weight and tried to
Yeah.
stick it up.
I think that just helped them a little bit.
Great. Like, if we have the handle, then I don't mind moving the guard.
Probably can get away with throwing the same weight. They really stopped sweeping that last one when it was over curling. And if you get the good line with that same weight, you can sweep it for the extra little bit of a bump that you want here.
Well, I don't think he's outside that broom, so I think they need to get on this one right away to hold this
Whoa,
line.
whoa, whoa!
Weight's good.
Got a curl. Yeah.
That one really took a jump on her.
Whoa, whoa!
His line looks really good coming in. He's got just that little bit more weight, held it a little bit straighter.
Good.
Gets the tap. It's
Well,
just
I think you can get.
yellow's sitting one right now, but
I think that
If we
red
could
center
ever-
line one's.
If we can have her
Vulnerable.
kiss this 5 just right here, that would
Yeah.
be not bad, eh?
Good. Shut.
Just like, I mean, like 2 inches.
You think you're getting to the 5 ever?
no, if you get to that 5,
It's
you're pushing
off
it
the
onto
free
the
ball.
yellow.
Yeah, but then I think.
Are we 2?
them shot.
We're 2, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
That's why I don't think you want to ever touch them.
They're sitting two though.
I
Right?
just wanna.
Yeah, but
Just
Here's
roll.
bad, right?
Yeah, I think just want to roll bit like dead buried
Okay.
behind that, right to there. Hack. What kind of weight?
Thinking board, yeah.
Okay.
Whoever nose is okay too. It's not awful.
Nose isn't terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, just can't be outside. Gotta be in.
So we'll see how this ice reacts, throwing a little bit more weight than what we've seen here on the last 2 or 3 shots.
They have tightened up the ice quite a bit, though. We saw a
Well-
few of the earlier hits, maybe a
Yep.
little too much ice. Just got the broom inside the edge of the rock on this one. This is really moving. If they get this one too thin, they're going to push that red in, the red at the top of the 4 in for shot rock, and that's exactly what happens.
Yep, right here. Even here, like.
yeah, I don't want to be real like deep,
No.
and I don't want to roll off.
Now there is still a shot to slash that yellow on the right-hand side onto the red stone and get it out right now. So that's why they've got to bring this stone into. If they can freeze this to that yellow on the left as we see it, I don't know how shot rock goes anywhere.
Still, as Chris mentioned, he certainly can't afford to bounce off anywhere at all. So this rock has to be
Not on the angle anyway. He could, if he gets right to the nose, he can bump. But yeah, you're exactly right. He can't roll off at all. He needs his shooter to stay right there to block the other rock's escape route.
Gotta go line. Yep. Yep. Hard.
And again, he's
This
right
turns-
for line.
Hard. Really hard.
Seems like the further they're going out on this, the more it's curling.
Get it by. Hard.
No.
Okay.
That might have worked out okay for them. It kind of took away the slash shot by moving that stone.
Have to clear the shot, right?
That's right. Chelsea's pointing out
yeah,
the
that's
double
good.
yellow
I
tap.
was thinking of just throwing it hard, hitting a quarter. Hit a quarter and sit here. You might not have a shot.
Oh, like thin.
Sit this way.
Oh, but still onto this.
Because if you hit it thick, you still run into this, right? And you should be good.
They're at the point now where
Especially
they're
if
looking
it's
at
up
just
here.
holding them
Trying
to one.
send it into that?
I think so.
That's less than a quarter. It's like a tick, like it's like a rub.
Yeah, I like your shot. So
We just gotta.
you can't throw it hard then. You got to throw a draw weight.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm just thinking leave that two has to sit there or else he's got a shot for two.
Yeah. But you just want to chip it. Like even if I overcurl and sit there, it's kill us, is it? You know what I mean?
Well, it's, no, that's good.
Try to just touch it.
Oh,
So what Chelsea looking at, trying
We
to
gotta
tip
go.
no, you got to make it. You got to make it.
and just
Okay, but
sliver that yellow
This is
rock
not the
in
miss.
for shot
Rolling is
rock.
not the miss. He's got a pretty easy one for two if you roll in. Just make it. So like, what kind of weight? Back line?
Not even.
Okay. Just try and throw like
Try to
back
throw your
eight.
leg, yeah, back four even. And then
Okay.
you can sweep it.
Okay.
I don't think heavy's better. If you're light, then even if you nose it, it should move it for shot. You know what I mean?
You just, no matter what, enough to hit
Yeah,
a quarter and
just
still get
enough
shot.
to-
So I think back line is the perfect weight. You're moving three rocks.
Yeah.
So this is always a challenge throwing these backline weights. The traditional side that players do tend to miss in is they overthrow it and it stays too straight.
Yeah.
You need very nice weight control here just to pick up your
Oh,
weight to throw that extra 4 or 5 feet.
Hard.
Chelsea has backline
Hard,
weight,
hard,
no
hard.
more.
Whoa.
Just going to hit this a little thinner than they would have liked.
Shot.
It looks like she has.
I think it worked out so that there's
Shot.
no shot for more than the one, but this is the shot they were
Why
worried
do we
about
need to
leaving
make
him
that
for
to make
two.
that
If they don't
better?
move that stone, it
Just anywhere
could have left
here,
it for
eh?
two.
Or like here.
Anywhere high side. Probably thinner the better.
Now when they run that red onto the yellow shot
Like
stone, it
heel?
will kick the red out of the back of the
What do you
forefoot.
want ice right here?
Yeah.
You're gonna get up and sweep, eh?
Yeah.
And I think really if she hits that red anywhere on the outside, this is pretty much an automatic that red's going to jam on the yellow stone and pick up the single. But no shot available for two. So I guess, mission accomplished there for Chelsea on that shot.
And again, a lot of shots made this end, a lot of rocks in play, and we're going to be 1 point either way again. It's
Yeah. Well, you still have to make this shot too. We've
Yep.
seen a few
Yep.
under curls, so if they
Hard.
tight ice too much, they could
Hard.
chip the guard.
Hard, Megan. Hard. Hard.
Plays it off.
Nice shot.
There she goes.
Makes the tap, tap, tap. Does get her single point, and the Northern Ontario team will take a 2-1 lead into the fourth end.
Oh, good work by Megan. She threw a lot of weight on that shot. She had to get up and go sweep that.
And
Just
then
got it by the guard.
Had some trouble hearing the sweep call. Of course, I know from my own experience, this is my home club, and the acoustics do get a little tough in here. There's some echo, so she heard an off call, but that could just as easily have been coming from 3 sheets over. Had to hit that somewhere on the outside and got awfully close to the nose, just enough to catch that Yellowstone. Take a look at this as it's coming in.
That just got past that front guard.
Caught the red and just enough of an angle to catch that yellow. She hits that Yellowstone anywhere and the red is coming straight back for shot. So. And set up now for the fourth end and
Wait,
first stone
Chris.
underway.
Yep, yep. Hard!
Neither team hinting at using their power play yet either.
Hard, hard, hard. Whoa, whoa, wait only.
Oh, I should be there to sweep that out.
Yep. Okay, same out turning
Sorry.
through last time.
Well, Colin, you're a pretty good
That's the girl
sweeper, but
side there,
I don't
right?
think you would have got that one out. But still, it shows you how you need to be alert on your toes here.
Yeah, they're not
with the
thinking
different
about
rule
it.
changes.
Trying to be ready to throw so that they can manage their clock and not realize it,
It's there.
forgetting perhaps that if they
Got
tap
a
that
little
through,
more.
Room.
Up line.
it goes back.
Good.
The redstone would have come off. You're right. I don't
Yep,
think he would have got
yep.
that one, but probably should have somebody in place just in case.
Hard!
There!
Hard line! Right to it! Hard, 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 hard. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Good.
So again, we can see that finish behind
I
the
kind of like a little
center
pass.
guard
Get
there,
more
that even
girl
with
until
that
you're
back
inside.
12-foot,
Yeah.
heavy back 8-foot weight, it's getting completely buried behind that center guard.
2 in a row with taps, and again, everything's in a straight line.
Whoa. Wait only. Whoa, whoa, Chris. Got a
Nothing
curl,
there.
got a curl. Got a curl. Hard, hard, Chris. Hard, 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 hard.
Jeez.
Well, this one under curls, does get the tap,
Sorry.
so it's out
Yes,
from
we got
behind
the-
cover.
14-3, good weight.
Even the corner freeze is pretty good.
To this?
Play for the draw, and that's okay. Okay.
Talked about the straight draw or even the hit, but I think to hit and roll, you probably to the back of the tee line.
Line's good.
And of course, Colin will lead, comfortable throwing straight draws.
Whoa.
Oh,
It's a big bounce, actually.
okay, hard then, yep.
Right after I say he's comfortable with it, he's telling us he's
Yep,
heavy
yep,
again.
Yep, yep, yep. Hard, 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 hard. Stay on the nose. Hard, hard, hard. Right up, right up, right up, right up, right up, right up.
Wow. I guess the out-turn draws that way. It's like that one spot I keep getting out
Yeah.
faster out there.
Forward.
Yeah.
Holy.
Not a comfortable
lads, I don't
feeling
think
when
mine
you've
will
just
curl that
overthrown
much.
your draw by
Well,
8
mind
feet.
you, I mean, if I threw draw weight, I'd have racked on the guard for sure with mine.
Still not a bad result for them. Sitting 2.
And not all grouped around the button yet.
Yep. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's got a curl. Hard, 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 hard.
Heavy.
I would have loved to have gotten to the inside of that.
Yeah.
Colin again looking for the hit and roll in just a little bit. Nose hit is actually pretty good here now.
A little off nose is good.
The nose again wouldn't be
You're
shot
like
rock.
half a rock. Needs to curl.
Came up on the center line on that one and sort of directed it back out to the broom there. So he's not going to get that same.
Half a rock wasn't good.
Oh, they should be sweeping over there. There we go. But
Are we shot?
I thought he
No,
sort of slid the
this
center
is-
line and put it out to the broom, and it's not going to get that same trajectory
I kind of like, I don't even mind
if he
getting
comes
rid of
straight
it.
out at the broom.
Just this.
Okay.
Back line or hack?
Hack.
Okay.
It's about a foot of ice.
You have to be a little bit careful with this. You roll a rock's width, you're in front of your own.
Yep.
You roll 2 rocks widths and
Hard,
you've left a
Chris.
pocket.
Really hard. Hard.
tap. And will roll just a little bit past the zone, not quite far enough to leave a pocket.
That was a great sweep.
Swept out of my
Certainly
shoes.
room there that Colin could come down, bump that 6 inches. He'd have a pocket behind him.
Oh, you have one more, eh?
Line's
I
good.
think so.
Looks like a nice throw.
Lots of room.
Oh, it's not curl. It's not doing anything.
No.
Well, it's not.
Getting better.
Colin hasn't
Pass the line.
even thought about putting the second hand on the broom yet until it touches the hog line, so maybe
Yep,
thinking
yep,
a little
yep,
heavy
yep,
again.
All the way.
Now trying to get some curl to make contact here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Certainly wasn't that sweeping weight.
He
The other ones are
as
like,
much as he didn't say it, you just
grab
could
and throw, slow
tell
down,
from
but
his
don't
body
just
language.
run
He
it
knew he was heavy. Never
Well, they'd have to roll.
even
I
put
try
the
and throw
second
like
hand
this
on the
easy.
broom that time.
Actually, that's what I'm telling myself when I go to throw them.
Thank you.
but the ocean's that way, like, been like top 8.
Then they have to come across the face to
Oh,
make
that way?
That way?
Yeah,
rolling out for sure.
just through it.
Yeah, this just leaves them a wall to draw to, eh?
Exactly.
Okay.
You want me to sweep or are you good?
I don't really need a broom if you want to sweep. It's up to you.
No, that's fine.
So Megan was in this exact same opportunity, or had this exact same opportunity in the second end to come draw in. Top 4 foot center line buried to really put the pressure on Chelsea Carey's last shot, but she went in back 4 foot and Chelsea made no mistake with her draw down to it. So second opportunity to really
A little
put
wide,
some
okay.
severe pressure
Yeah.
on this Hodgson Carey matchup.
Not without risk though this time. She can't be short. If she's short, I think she can come. I think Chelsea Carey could come around from the other side, tap that red back and get 2. I think the yellow is second shot right now. So she does need to get
Wait only, Chris.
to the top
Line's
of the,
nice.
just nibble the top of the 4 foot with this.
Got a
Would
curl.
be good.
No, line's nice. Line's nice. Got a curl. Got
Seems
a
to
curl.
have pretty close weight.
Line looks pretty good coming by the guard.
Sit.
It's trying to stop in front of this button, but it's not going to.
It slides that little bit
Sorry,
deep, but
Chris.
Oh, it's my
no
fault.
double there. So again, it's just going to be a shot for 1.
Twice.
Thinking like
Chris taking
middle
responsibility
8
for an over
or
sweep
inside middle 8.
No, I'm middle.
on that one.
Okay.
It's at a foot shorter, and it's a much more treacherous shot. Not that this one's any give me, but
Okay.
Got it, I think.
again, another sort of glorious opportunity there to at least put some severe pressure on.
Yeah, she's had her draw weight so well with the first stone, but that 5th stone at the end, she's been just a hair deep a couple of times. Still, Chelsea Carey needs to find basically a piece of the button here to tie this game up.
Okay, I think it's there.
Room.
Line.
She had this opportunity in the
good.
second end. They had to measure it 3 times.
Weight looks pretty close. Colin just keeping it clean.
Good now.
She's got line to the back one now.
So another good saver shot by Chelsea Carey to tie this game up at 2-2 at the end of the 4th end.
I had to say it a million times to myself not to sweep that rock.
I trusted Hodge.
Gotta try.
Look at you, sitting there eating crisps. They're chips. They're crisps, and that's a curling tourney, and you're missing it.
I'm watching it.
You should be there with your king, feeling the cold of the ice, hearing the roar of the game, and drinking the cold, cold barley nectar.
You mean beer?
Barley nectar. Now get off your duff and live it live.
Curling Canada is home to the most celebrated series of curling championships the world has to offer. You've got to live it live.
This ice is everything. It's where I come to feel close to her. This building helped raise me when my mother no longer could. When I step on the ice, she steps with me. My dad is my rock. We're a team now, like the 4 of us when we step on the ice.
2 months premature and a heart condition.
One might say I was born to overcome challenges. I searched for my place in this world, and I found it here. This pebbled ice is where I battle now. I have my sights set on the Olympics, and I will push hard to get there.
Just as our feature game is going through the fourth end break, we're going to update you on all the scores here in this draw number 3. Bob and Jody Smallwood having a rough start in their game against Rachel Homan and Mark Nichols. Homan and Nichols out to a 10-0 lead as they entered the break there, just about to resume play in the 5th. Ashley Quick and Mike Armstrong, winners in their opening draw this morning, have a 4-3 lead as they resume in the 5th there against Hugh and Janet Murphy. Jeff Walker and Laura Crocker, they were winners in the feature game this morning with a 5-0 lead over Sean and Katie Cottrell. And that game underway in the 5th end as well. Skipping over to sheet 5. And we were just commenting on that as we went into the break, Susan. A lot of big ends already. We've got one deuce, 3 and a 4.
Somebody's due for a 5-ender.
John Epping, Lisa Weigel with a 6-4 lead over Jesse Kaufman and Brock Virtue right now. On sheet 6, all tied up, 2 apiece. Jim and Jalen Cotter against Mark Dacey and Jennifer Baxter there. Tied up on sheet 7 as well, but a whole different way of going about it. Jocelyn Peterman and Brett Galland scored 5 in the 3rd, but yet are tied 5-all as they play in the 5th. The Prince Edward Island team of Kyle Holland and Sabrina Smith picking up 3 and 4 to tie that game back up. And on sheet 8, Stephanie Lawton and Steve Laycock, 8-1 lead over the Northwest Territories team of Nick Kaiser and Laura Brown. That game into the 5th end as well, so our feature game a little bit behind all of the other 7 sheets. There's been a fair bit of discussion of some of the angles. In particular, I think Colin Hudson and Chelsea Carey have had a couple of longer conversations trying to make sure they had the angles all right. So we'll see if we can get a look at the clocks. And there you see it. Still not bad for time, though. 12 minutes. They started with 22. So second game for all of the teams out here, and everybody playing quite fast here in this afternoon draw.
Well, I think what we're seeing is, a lot of discussion on the actual shot and the angles and the weight, but once the players are in the hack, they're very quick to get out of the hack and get that clock stopped. So that's where you can make up an awful lot of time, is being, once your shot's been decided on, is just throwing it right away. So again, here we go. Rocks to the button, first shot.
Yeah, they just grab curl or something, but they just...
Are they frozen?
No, there's like...
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we throw that out turn and just freeze it on the corner there. Tap it a little if it's good.
Chelsea, being a skip in women's play, doesn't sweep a lot of rocks as a rule, so they're one of the teams where she pretty much stays in the house, calls the line.
Mine's good.
Colin will get up and brush his own rocks.
Yeah, I think so.
So there are many different ways that the teams have all handled the
Got it,
sweeping role and sweeping function.
The contrast right here, the Northern Ontario team with Chris Glibota, pardon me, sweeping this rock, and the line call is coming from the hack.
Good judge.
Very
really
nice
tap there.
Oh. Okay.
Red sitting 2, and the piece of that red that's sticking out, it's difficult to tap it from that side and not just put it into the pocket.
So you've seen Megan, she's had full control of that back 4-foot weight, which is important on her first shot. She's getting that nice little tap, but it's really hurt them on her second shot when she's had a chance to drop a couple short and really put the pressure on. But still, she's making Chelsea Carey throw those last ones, which is always important.
A lot of room by the guard here. He'd love to get across the face. He's going to get up to the nose, tap it back, and be frozen on the red at the back. Hard to say who's second shot now. I would lean towards the yellow at the front of the house.
What do you like?
I think freeze the top. Yeah.
Coming around. Well, I think there are two ways to come into this yellow one.
Be tempted to play it from the in-turn.
That was sort of my first instinct too. That's looking.
That's the angle you'd like. You can make it from this side, but you definitely want to get across the face here.
Maybe a touch heavy.
We can't tap. Are we tapping?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to do this?
Yeah.
It's got a curl. Got a curl, Chris.
So trying to move to a plan
we're not
B
even
here.
on it right now. It's got a curl. Okay, sorry.
You might have been watching Colin throw that shot a few too many times. Colin's had that same problem with that outturn. Slid just a little deep.
I think we just draw.
And that one's through the house.
So I think, with the intern, you had a couple more options for trying to come in with a plan B on that.
Well, heavy wasn't going to be a good option with anything, but you're right. Had easier time getting to the angle he was looking for, too.
He at least would have still had a shooter in play, with the intern and being a little heavy, or...
Really?
This one's going absolutely sideways. I don't know whether he picked.
Hard.
He's going to get by the guard, but not by his own stone at the top of the 4-foot.
That's all right. It's silly.
That's not.
Okay.
That's my
Back eight.
rock is like straight, fast.
So needs to take a few
Or
feet.
you throw. Yeah, back eight, sorry.
Yeah, no, I like your first call there. And so still needs to take about 6 feet of weight off of that first throw.
The call's nice as long as you make sure you get at least to the nose.
the same as
Well,
the last
actually, I think you
one,
got to
I
get to the
think.
inside.
Okay,
Nose
got a
probably
curl.
breaks those two at the back. You sure don't want to
Got a
disturb
curl,
those.
Chris. Really got a curl. Got a curl.
Wait,
really
looks nice.
Got a curl. Really got a curl.
Trying to work that inside corner,
Hard
looking for
for
the
at least
curl here.
nose.
Has to get inside
Hard.
the nose. He does not want to disturb his own two rocks at the back.
Okay.
Just
Sorry.
Okay,
it's the only thing you really couldn't afford to do on that shot.
I'm good at that weight.
It took 2 stones to get that red one out.
Good
You
at
just
that
made the
weight.
first one for the other team.
One more.
It's heavy. It's like back line.
Close. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Close. Whoa.
Curl.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
So Colin finding that inside path there.
Got the inside edge of that stone this time and
Really good at that.
flops in. Staggers the 2 yellows.
You can't see very much of that yellow that's on the right-hand side of the center line.
Do this.
I think
How do we ever get that red out of there,
like
though?
back line or something.
Well,
Yeah, just
don't really need
you
to,
can
but-
get here.
I mean,
We
you could've
should
thrown
roll.
eight at it,
I don't
but
know.
you probably kill in a couple of yellows too, and I just didn't think that was any good either.
No, that's teed up on that 8, right? He's always sitting right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe even just T. Right?
Just to it.
Like just T line, and just enough to punch this to there,
Okay.
and try to stay locked on this. So
'Kay.
like this goes here and it stays right there.
'Kay.
So they're kind of staggered, then they can't get to that red, right?
Boy, I think he's asking for a lot here.
I think so too. It's just about getting that your saver shot's going to be freezing into that one in the back 4-foot.
Well, the shot that he wants to make here is definitely there, but maybe not with that guard in the way. You've got to get awfully close to the nose. What he's talking about with the bump, he wants to keep his shooter on the inside of it, so he needs the Yellowstone to spill farther than his shooter. He's going to have to get close to the nose for that.
We do know it does curl.
Okay. Yeah.
There is nice curl here on this intern path. Back and over curl is the danger.
Hard, Chris. Hard. Get it by. Hard.
Oh, and just rubs the guard. Now they should really keep sweeping to get it behind everything.
Had to go because it snapped
Goes
so
through
hard
on its
there.
own.
Gotta.
Do you need weight though?
No, I'm thinking
Okay.
you
Like,
could just tap it.
That's what I'm thinking. Because even if you do this, we get shot out of it, right?
I don't think
you can.
You
but
could maybe, but yeah, just tap it to button.
Yeah.
If we push it, it's perfect.
Right. So same that like back 8 foot weight I threw on that tap 2 ends ago, right?
Yeah.
It's good conversation there. Of course, there
So we
is
gotta
a
be
shot,
reasonably close to the
perhaps,
guard, maybe clear by 4 inches.
you know, where you could come through with enough weight to sit maybe as many as 5. The problem with that is your shooter's going to roll over and
Breathing for
leave a
ice
way
and
in.
four?
They're trying to play this a little bit quieter, keep the shooter right there.
Well, I think if you throw your out turn and I hit it a little, it should continue on.
Yeah, that's what I like. I think you can hold it forever.
If you just tap that redstone a couple of inches, you'll be sitting 2, and I'm not sure how you get
You got this, Chelsea.
either one of them out or score.
Oh, there we go. Oh, now we've got the pre-shot routine all back to
I missed part
square.
of it. Did he say she was supposed to trust it, though, too?
No, missed that. Just,
Oh.
just doing it in sections.
See, if this doesn't work out well, now that's going to be his fault.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Curl, 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 curl! Hard! Hard, 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 hard!
Weight was fantastic. Didn't get the curl they were looking for. Obviously, she didn't trust it.
He might be able to just
And
get
that
in
probably left room to get in
Did
for
you
the
try
second
it?
point.
I don't want to kill ours though.
Certainly can't nudge the red.
Well, the red's never leaving the
Exactly.
the 4 foot.
For sure.
But I don't know if you can get far
You know
enough
what
to
I
the
mean.
inside of that
No,
yellow
I know
to
what you're
nudge the
saying.
other yellow either.
We try it.
Throw it really tight. If you wreck the guard, you wreck the guard.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Okay.
Is it worth it? I think
It's the 5th. We get 1 here. Give them back 1.
whatever you want to do.
What do
Do
you
you
think?
feel comfortable throwing it? Like, I hate to throw away
I
points.
know. So would I. Because we can't move this very much at
Can't
all.
move it at all.
So like this.
Just throw top 4, and I'll sweep it. See what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, I think with where everything's
Take less
lined up,
ice than that, because we got to make sure we cross.
'Kay.
that yellow stone must be, and there you see it.
Basically
Yeah, there's
like
a
a
corner of
cold
that
draw to the
stone
button
still
is all it
underneath the
is.
guard.
And this outturn doesn't curl in quite as hard as what
Confident in
we've
it or
seen
no?
on the
No.
in-turn.
Well, then don't throw it if you're not going to.
But we'll throw it. We'll make it.
Sure?
Yep.
Again, a really good point there. If you don't feel you're going to make it, let's just throw this away. You know, it's you have to
Probably
be.
edge of
We hear
8.
it so often. You
Yeah,
have
even
to
a
be
little
committed
in
to your
from that,
shot.
I think.
A little
And
less.
if the confidence isn't there, you're not committed.
Throw it to me.
Well, I have a sneaking suspicion this might be one of those rocks that comes up 6
We're
to 8
tight.
feet short.
How is it?
We're tight.
Weight's there.
Yep. Whoa! Whoa!
Well, early call from Chris was that the weight was there. This has got a curl.
And not much
She's
handle,
close.
so she's
She's
trying.
real close.
Through a really soft rock.
Might have missed the
Oh,
sweep.
they missed the sweep call. She
Okay.
had the shot.
One red.
Just a little scared to overbrush it and
Sorry,
hit it
Chris.
on the outside.
We're
Does still
close,
get their
eh?
single point. They will take the lead into the 6th end.
It's again one of those places you miss a person in the or in the
didn't see
house
that, or-
holding that
What?
rock
We
line.
were wrecking.
Call there for them.
No, I couldn't see your foot was in the way.
You need to convert one of these.
There you hear the.
Every time we've had a hammer, I've missed one shot. It's
I
been
don't know
really
that you
bad.
could pick that up, but it
Stop
was
it.
Megan saying that just the path that Chris takes with his sweeping, she lost the inside edge of the rock. His foot was in the way.
She was close considering she didn't want to throw it.
Oh yeah, you get that bites too.
Oh, I know. But if we were ever wide, it was like 3 for you guys. So
I don't think so. I think it didn't matter what you did. Ours was always going to go onto. Yours was always going to go right onto ours.
was it?
Yeah. But you couldn't throw more weight because you
Yeah.
couldn't get in there.
This
The
is what we
AA?
talked about too in the first game. There aren't 8 people out there to have a
Oh,
conversation
that's
with.
weird.
So who do you have it with? But with the opposition.
It's interesting. We heard Colin earlier in the game. They had a tap and nobody was there to sweep it, and doesn't look like he's learned from that. They're still both down at the other end.
Wait only, Chris.
That could be a time-saving measure also, though. It's
Well, we saw their clocks just after the break. They
Hard.
were okay for
Hard,
time.
Chris.
yeah, nothing crucial.
Hard to get a bye. Hard. Hey, you're bye.
I think you might want to stay on this just to keep the line. It is over curling there a little bit.
Sorry.
Outdraw. Just throw the outturn.
Too deep.
Not bad. Still got an angle on
You
that
got the
stone.
line. Just play freeze though. If I can, I'll
That wind
try
in
and
my
defend
eyes.
it.
But again, that's what Chris was saying. You know, you had the line, and sometimes that's just
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
it's
more
not
important
quite, doesn't
than-
quite curls much here, but it curls more.
then the weight in that case. I would say is a good case for that one.
Yeah.
They
Could
could
be
almost stop
lots.
rotating at the end.
There again, a look at the clocks. The Northern Ontario team a little tight.
Wait's there.
They do still have both of their timeouts left. If you add the timeouts into the 22 minutes, you essentially have 3 minutes at end. So they should be okay. Oh, and just the narrowest of rubs.
Okay.
Still really nice weight from Chelsea. She's really
Shoot.
had the touch today.
Wow, but that leaves the pocket. Actually, after it rubbed like that, they might have been better off to take that by everything so that they don't leave a pocket.
Wait's good.
Where?
As much as we've
Yeah,
seen some
yeah.
really big scores on
Do it.
some of the games here so far
Yeah.
through the first 3 draws, this
Hard.
game going much like our opening draw on sheet 4, where
Whoa, whoa.
a lot of close tight ends, and really
Yeah, we're
until
all
a
gonna-
steal
I
of
think we're
2 in the
gonna
7th, it looked like it was going to go right down to the wire.
Okay.
Overcurled the pocket, but left a nice freeze. And that shot stone, which is covering the pin, is dead in behind cover.
But for a 3-2 score after 5 ends, it certainly has not been a dull game. We've seen all sorts of great shots made out here.
Wait's there.
And this is where I think sometimes teams get blinders on because of the format. If this was a 4-player game, you'd peel that guard.
Sit. Sit.
It's good. Really good.
Right into the pocket again.
Yeah, I think you got to move the back yellow.
Or right here.
Yeah.
What do you like?
I like freeze.
Okay.
Wait's pretty good.
Yep. Yep.
Waiting on the line now, starting
Whoa,
to
whoa,
curl.
whoa, whoa. Got a
Wait's
curl.
real good.
Again, has
Got
to
a
get to
curl.
the inside of the yellow. Getting a nice curl now. Just going to nudge off that yellow, but I think he
Not
left
bad,
himself
Chris.
in a pretty good spot there.
Can I throw an intern in like back 8?
It's not horrible, I
No.
guess.
I don't think it's
That red at the top of the button
backs every
isn't
time.
going
is that
anywhere in a
good?
hurry.
anywhere.
I don't think
Okay. Same weight I just threw, I guess. Yeah, same weight.
You have one more?
I just wanted to
No, that's fine.
It's one of those situations where you have to move this stone up to have any chance to move it out
One
later.
Timeout, yes. Oh, 2, yes.
A lot of rotation on this stone and not curling, so he's trying to coax it a little bit with that offside brush.
This is really straight there. Holy.
Just going to rub it.
I think right on top of it again, eh, Megan?
Why is it straight there?
Pardon? Chris, right on top?
And again, that,
This way
that red
or
stone
same
isn't
way?
going anywhere in a hurry. You can move it about 4 inches, that's about it.
I think
You can
this
lock
team
another
was
one on top.
One
this
shot
team
every time
was
we
ready to
hammer.
call a
We're
timeout,
good.
thinking that if Colin made that shot perfectly, that they might have been in some difficulty there. But with that rub off by Colin, it's
Why don't we
opened
go
up
the same
another
way?
Okay.
opportunity to sit right in here frozen.
If it makes a good freeze, I guess I gotta run it. Try and give you a shot.
Yeah, you hear the conversation there between Colin and Chelsea. This is getting to the point where if Chris can make the good freeze now, even with 2 rocks left, even if you don't throw your last one, I don't know if Chelsea's going to have a shot to score. You'll have the pinhole covered.
Yeah,
My way to
yeah.
make mine better so that he doesn't have to throw
Whoa,
same
whoa, whoa.
Caught a bit of a curl here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Line's real good. Well, rubbed off just a little bit.
Good.
That backstone's still not going very far,
No, but does have the
but it does give a chance
opportunity to
to,
wedge in here.
well,
rolling
and
off
move a
of
few
that.
reds.
That's right.
and maybe the 3.
I think they've got more than enough room past that center guard to.
'Cause I don't think you have anything
Come in
unless
off there,
I can
yellow.
these two on the shot. Because I can't even blast that because it just sits right here and we're dead.
That was corner I was looking at
But you
too,
still
the
have any
inside
shot.
corner.
Out turn. Yeah, just put it in the house.
Yeah, he's going to run the guard back. And the guard, of course, it is a red stone that he's running back. He's not going to be able to open up a whole lot of room here, and the potential is this could go all kinds of wrong, too. Well, just off the nose, and his shooter will roll out of play.
So just getting the straight peel.
Also very straight. They threw it the middle of the rock and set it like sliver and just fell back away.
Yeah.
Make it.
Okay.
Where are you gonna take for ice? Like here?
Yeah, maybe even a touch more.
Okay.
So playing this as a straight freeze into the pocket,
Make it
she could
good.
also
If you're a hair light, you're a hair light.
Yeah.
play enough weight to
It's,
move the back yellow. She can't hurt herself
really
that way
quick.
either.
Yeah.
Well, she certainly knows that Chelsea Carey wants to play that inside corner on the yellow.
Yeah, that's all she's got right now. Like, if she makes a good shot here, it's just a question of how many they're stealing because they've got no shot to score.
It's up, I think.
Okay, you gotta go, I think, for line. Line's good, Chris. Curling, it's curling. Line's good.
As long as you get at least nose on the yellow, you're good.
Hard.
You sure don't want to touch the red first. Well, he could have been on that, but I think it's worked out pretty well. I'm not sure there's a shot to score.
Good throw.
Sorry.
Just damage control.
I don't even know if she could hold him to one.
That leaves this one sitting here.
I think if
That
she could
one's
throw,
Chelsea.
if she could throw a rocket and get just to the inside of the stone on the right hand at the top of the forefoot, and have her shooter come
Something else.
across and kick the other one, she might be able to kill 3 of them.
I-
It's still going to be one.
Hit an
It's still going to be
inch
stealing
Yeah,
one.
right there for 3. Well,
I think she has to move that other red stone for her shooter to be second shot.
High sides, that's 4, I think. 3. Okay.
still that rock just ticked at the very end that if it doesn't tick that yellow, then I don't even think this opportunity's here. Well, this is a Chelsea Carey shot, though. She does like to throw these. She's extremely proficient at these high weight hits. She hasn't had a chance to throw very many of them in this game. It's all been draws and taps.
Well, needs to come up with a big one here just to keep themselves close. Oh, can't afford to hit that on the outside. Looked like maybe just a little bit of a backwards motion on the release.
Starting to make
And this is going to stay on the outside, and it will be a steal of 3.
Yeah.
So the Northern Ontario team now opening up a 4-point lead. And we'll hear the discussion. We'll hear whether or not they call it, but really
We
for
didn't call our power play that.
Chelsea and Colin, they almost have to call their power play now because
Down 1 in 6.
I didn't see or hear them talk to the officials.
Power play.
I figured.
There you go. They really almost don't have a choice, have to call it here in a blank. If they were to blank the end, they lose last rock anyway, so they would never get a chance to play it.
Look good to you? Yep, that's good.
Good.
And of course, the
Where you
comfort
wanna go here,
for
Chris?
Northern Ontario right now, they haven't used theirs
Where
either,
you wanna
so
go?
Go for it.
if they have
Go for
last
it.
rock coming home, they'll move the play to the corner,
Throw it in.
try
Oh,
to
yeah,
keep
we're
that
doing the
middle
power
open.
play, sorry.
So this is the first time we've seen a team in this situation throwing first rock that has called it in top 4. We've seen everybody else making a play on the corner guard.
I didn't know.
Do we wrap another one around, or they're going top 4, so but they still can't hit no matter where we put it, right? Yeah,
So
Back
again,
Well, she certainly didn't
So
want to
much.
slide it back here.
I think it's gonna be fast.
Shit.
I think so.
I think we should have swept it. Sorry, Chris.
Guards the myth there, eh?
Slides
Pardon?
to the back 12
I-
and
Sorry.
well off the center line. Well,
Wow.
for Carey and Hodgson, they're looking to generate some points here. That they've got a good setup early.
that's right. It started out as well as they could hope for.
They were already wondering where to put this next stone, and they gift wrapped a freeze for them. Or are they wrapping another one around? Looks like they come around.
Again, lots of options here in the sense that, an opportunity to throw another corner guard that cannot be removed from play.
Let's go behind it, eh?
It's not bad.
I think
Not quite as
here.
fast, no.
But then we've also seen how you can generate
Here,
multiple
more.
points with only one guard in play, just like we did that last end.
I think it's there.
Hey,
Well, this is
got it, curl.
Yeah, it's
not the ideal way
wanna
that
touch
this
it.
Northern
Okay.
Ontario team would
Try
like to
and
have
cut
to
out.
play this
I don't
in.
wanna
You
be
certainly
behind
don't
the
like to be
tee.
chasing
Oh,
around a
yeah.
corner guard,
Okay.
but the way the end has started, it's kind of dictated this for them.
Okay, yeah. I don't know, Chris.
okay.
Okay.
And again, just a little bit deep, and that one was well by the guard, still out in the open. Chelsea indicating for a bit of a tap here, but even if they just dead freeze to this one right now, they'd be happy.
Even just on just a little bit of an angle, just so that if the dead freeze doesn't jam and outcount their side yellow. Just squeaking past this guard.
To the inside would be good. Okay.
So sitting first and third.
I can see half of it.
Pardon?
I can see half.
Okay, you want to tap it? Back line?
Hack.
See, this is where with a
Yeah.
4-point lead, those
Here.
two guards should be flying.
I don't know.
Teams tend to get blinders on because of the format. If you were 4 points up with a 4-player team here,
Yep. Yep.
there'd be no hesitation to peel those guards.
Hard. Hard.
Well, trying hard to hold it here.
Whoa. Great throw, Chris. Great sweep.
Makes the nice tap back, rolls to the corner of the forefoot. So it's red sitting 2
Yeah.
right now.
I like the in turn, I think. Bump.
So looking to hit and roll back in behind cover here.
So just easy, heavy board.
Has to get across the nose.
I think that double's good. No roll, double. Okay, that's pretty good.
Well, it's
Nice
okay,
sitting.
but I think you've left a double back.
Try this.
How thin?
Leg, you got to hit it
Only
here.
a quarter.
Okay.
Pia?
Yeah.
He's got lots of daylight.
You want this turn
No,
here?
I like the out turn.
There's not a lot of turn with, not a
He
lot of
wants
room
the
with
other
out
turn.
turn.
No, there isn't. Colin thought that
I
was a
think
little
right
skinny
where you
there
wanna
too.
hit it. It's going to be straight here.
I can't hear you.
Put it where you want to hit it. It's going to run dead straight. Huh.
And just with the acoustics, she can't hear him, so making her way down just to make sure
Like
they're on the
that's
same
like
page.
6 inches too much ice if I'm throwing peel.
I can't hear a word you're saying.
Put the broom where you want me to hit the rock. Like,
Okay.
It's dead straight on this side.
Again, it's kind of, those are the complications when you're curling mixed. The girls, you know, with anywhere 8.5 second hit, we do need to open up that broom a little bit, get the curl there. And the guys always just do exactly as Chris just said, put the broom where you want it hit. We see Rachel Holman's teams, but very few women's team can put the broom right on the rock. So Megan just sort of going into tradition, and Chris needing to adjust that broom for his throw.
Makes the hit,
There's
comes
the double.
across, and does get enough of that
Nice throw.
stone to push it out. Still leaves that double corner with a chance to come around. So there's still the chance here for Carey and Hodgson to set up a deuce.
You just freeze down.
But at this point, the team from the Sioux has certainly answered everything that Chelsea and Colin have thrown at them.
So it just dives.
Tight by the guard.
I
and
don't have that. That died and curled.
just enough to get it in
Totally
for
different
shot
than the other
rock.
throws.
Is buried.
Way.
Well, I mean, we want to be here.
Okay. I think we have to throw like this.
Okay, yeah, yours curl at time.
Yeah.
So you want me to hold the broom or sweep?
I can sweep.
I think she can come down to her back one too, has luxury to come down to her back one, be frozen and shot, giving Chelsea
Yeah, perhaps.
nothing to work with to get to.
The other option, they didn't look at it, and that's fine. But you could run that red guard back and try to kill that stone. She almost, I like your call, Susan. I think she almost has to be right on the face of her own so that this can't be tapped through.
Yeah, line. Hard line. Where?
So she must have really
Line only.
got this one
Close.
started there a little bit.
Yep. Hard.
Gotta go,
Hard,
gotta go.
Megan, hard. Okay, you're on it. Okay.
Gets
Okay.
the little bump, rolls the shooter
Sorry.
out into the open, so
Yeah.
Just a little light to
Sorry, Chris.
trying to get around there.
You can
But
have
Chris
rock
had
on,
gelled
so-
as soon as she let go. Must have been a little tight for line, or a little tip in there on the release.
3 inches of ice.
and Chelsea has to be a little bit careful as well.
2
She has to get it
inch
by that red stone at the
No,
back.
no, from the middle.
She said if she jams it, it will beat out the yellow stone on the side of the 8 foot. Desperately
Yeah.
need their 2 here at least. So can't afford the jam. Again, we anticipate Northern Ontario will take their power play in the 8th end, so already Carey and Hodgson are going to have a tough time stealing the 2 that they're going to need just to get an extra end. Certainly can't afford to only get the single here.
This one's just staying
Oh,
out there
yeah.
just a
No
little bit.
danger of
Just
jamming it on the red.
just barely got it past the guard there. Looks like
Comes
it's
into her
safe.
own, and that was enough that it's not going to spill anywhere. It will be 2 points, and Northern Ontario will take a 2-point lead in last rock coming home, and we'll anticipate that they use the power play, but
Do you care what side?
Pardon?
What side? This side again? To the curl side we want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
so definitely playing it.
Just checking if they want to set it up on the in-turn side or the out-turn side.
This side, eh?
Yeah.
The curl side. Okay. Can you let them know we're doing the power play, Chris? Okay.
We're using our power play well.
Well, and with Hodgson and Carey needing to steal, I think we can anticipate the center guard will come up with the first one. While we wait for this end to get started, we'll just remind everybody, draw 4,
In or out? Out.
scheduled for 4 o'clock Central Standard Time. We'll be featuring the game on sheet 5 this time. It'll be our first look at sheet 5. Joanne Courtney and Reed Carruthers will be playing against Danielle Inglis and Mike Anderson.
And I believe they were the Ontario champions. I think Danielle won that competition. But we will check that before the next draw.
Okay.
I think so.
Around the corner?
So the center guard's
around
made.
the
Now they're
center?
trying to make a decision where to
Okay.
come.
Top 4.
Okay.
If you split, that's
And
Okay.
yes, checking the program, it does look like Danielle Inglis and Mike Anderson were provincial winners.
I think I heard something about 57 teams entered the
Mine's good.
Ontario mixed doubles
Oh, really?
championship. So they had a long
can,
road
only if you
to
can.
get from
it
Ontario
straight if you
to
can.
Saskatoon.
Yep! Yep! Hard!
Well, that looks like that might have picked. Still going to get by. And it might have had to. It comes a little deep.
Yeah.
It's the least deep she's been all day. She's had tremendous control of that back 4-foot weight.
I can hit now, eh?
They might have almost been
Yes.
better off not to stop sweeping after it got by. Right behind the tee line is probably the worst spot for that stone.
So I think just the bit where he was changing his broom position
that
there was
curl?
just
Everything else was so straight there before.
enough to get that
perfect.
I
little
think we just
tick.
get the one, Chris.
Just get rid of one.
The front one.
Sure.
I think that jams.
No, just peel it.
It just doesn't matter. Just peel it exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, say peel.
Imagine I'd ever.
Make the guard go away. Peel it from the intern side.
And you're right, it might jam, but even if you're looking at 3 on your last one and they're open, at least they're open.
Well, I think you peel this from the intern side. You don't worry about the jam. You're just straight peeling the guard.
Exactly.
Then there's no jam to even look at.
Freeze the 2.
No mistake with
yeah.
that. Chris threw a very nice one.
Sorry.
Again, it's just the different perspectives of how the female players and the male players kind of look at it, how Megan was looking for maybe a little bit more in that situation than what was necessary.
So I think I heard Colin suggest before he went down the other end, they're going to play the freeze now. They need to steal 2, so you have to try something a little bit unconventional here. You've only got 3 rocks left to come.
Yeah, no, I like the call here. I think the freeze down to this.
Yeah. Well, I think
mean,
you
you're
have
not-
to
Wait
assume
there.
that open stone in the 12-foot's going to be the next one they hit.
He's really grinding.
Unless you don't get the line on this one. And didn't, bumped it just a little bit, and the shooter stays open.
Just
What turn?
even
This
nose
one?
is okay.
Do you want me to sweep?
No, it's okay.
Okay. I think it's gonna move here.
Kind of wait.
Like
Like
normal.
control.
Okay, then I think you need more ice.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Like what Chris was saying about, nose is okay here because, instinct is to peel that out. But basically there is that yellow guard rock there for Carey and Hodgson that they can
Whoa.
tip around that and
It's got a curl.
use that back
It's really
red
got a
one
curl,
already in
Chris.
play.
I was thinking if he got half and killed both of these stones on the
He'd
back,
be really
it'd be good,
happy.
and that's what he ended
the
up with.
shot
But
he needed.
not what he played, but that's probably the best result.
That was a ton more than I wanted to throw. Sorry.
I think so.
You know, it's a good day
I think we
when
got
your
to
plan
there.
B is even better than your plan A. But still some rocks here to work with.
Well, but at this point, it would look like for the last stone, you're either only going to have to beat just
pretty
full
good.
8 foot, or you're going to have some kind of an open hit.
Well, I think if I'm the Carey Hodgson team, I'd certainly, I mean, they know they're in trouble, and Megan's had a very, very good game, but she's had a couple of opportunities to score extra points with draws in this game and hasn't
even if
made
you
them.
get rid of
So I think
all of
that's the
it.
shot I would want
What
to
do you
leave
want
her.
to do?
I don't really want to though.
Like, I
Heel?
threw that harder than I threw that one that was heavy. I threw
I
it way
think,
harder.
like,
When you're trying to steal two, it gets down to desperate measures. You're looking for any
Like, earlier
little
that intern though was like
edge that
straight
you
as an
can
arrow,
find.
and the whole end. It seemed like a fifth card. Like, come on.
I think it'd be tempting to throw more than board here, but that's what they've opted for. He can afford to blast it off one of his own. He sure can't afford to throw it quiet, jam it into one of his own, and leave it in the rings somewhere. You don't want to have to throw the last one against 3 very bad.
Yeah! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Whoa!
Curl?
Yeah, curl. It's got a curl.
Go.
Okay, it's good.
Gets it out off of his own. And now Chelsea Carey needing to count both of her stones, the one in the 12-foot and her shooter. She's going to have to make some kind of a double. Doesn't see anything, so it's handshake time. And Northern Ontario will pick up the victory here. Just one game left. That one on sheet 2. And down to the final 2 stones there as well. It's Hugh and Janet Murphy with a 2-point lead coming home. Ashley Quick and Mike Armstrong do have last rock. And they do have 2 stones in the back of the house, and a double probably available on the 2 yellows, so just depends what, not sure what Hugh Murphy's playing with this stone. Is he coming right in on top of his own?
So Hugh and Janet Murphy out of Mississauga, they've been in playoffs before at the national level, but they're one of the few teams that have the male player throwing 1 and 5, with Janet throwing the 3 rocks up the middle.
Looks like he's coming onto his own with a tap, maybe trying to kill one of those red stones. Well, does kill one of the reds, but there is a triple there for the tie. Thin on the first stone. He's got to come into the crotch of the 2 yellows in the button area.
And likely this will be Ashley Quick's shot. Normally
Yeah,
Ashley
I think Ashley
throws
throws last. Yep.
1 and 5 on this team.
Really doesn't have to throw a rocket here either, because it's fairly thin on the first stone, so the shooter's going to come in there with plenty of weight still. Probably needs about an 1/8.
So big shot here for Ashley Quick from Saskatoon. They
were winners in an extra end in their opening game. hoping to get into another extra end here. Gonna need a triple to do it.
Must be close.
This has got a curl. Yeah, he's going to go by it by a few
Just
inches. It was
little
so
over-anxious.
thin. Got a little anxious on the sweep, but Hugh and Janet Murphy pick up their first win. They move to 1-1. Ashley Quick, Mike Armstrong dropped to 1-1 as well. And that concludes draw number 3. We'll just quickly recap all the scores. One of the ones that we didn't have much chance to get to. We saw it was a big lead at the break, and it finished in 6 ends. Rachel Holman and Mark Nichols 10-3 victors over Bob and Jody Smallwood from Yukon. You just saw the game completed. Hugh and Janet Murphy pick up 2 in the 8th end to take the 8-6 victory there. Laura Crocker and Jeff Walker moved to 2-0. The 7-5 victory over Sean and Katie Cottrell on sheet 3. Our feature game, it was the Northern Ontario team, Chris Glibota and Megan St. Amand with the 6-4 victory over Chelsea Carey and Colin Hodgson. Sheet 5, a lot of big ends in that game. John Epping, Lisa Weigel, 10-5 victors over Jesse Kaufman and Brock Virtue. On sheet 6, Mark Dacey and Jennifer Baxter, it was all tied up at the break, and they pick up 2 and then steal 2 singles in 5, 6, and 7 to take the 6-2 victory over Jim and Jalen Cotter. The Prince Edward Island team of Kyle Holland and Sabrina Smith come up a little bit short against Jocelyn Peterman and Brett Gallant. It's a 10-7 victory for Peterman and Gallant on sheet 7. And on sheet 8, Steve Laycock and Stephanie Lawton, the Saskatchewan high-profile skips, not Team Saskatchewan, but high-profile skips here, with a 10-1 victory over Laura Brown and Nick Kaiser from the Northwest Territories. And that concludes draw number 3. We'll be back at 4:30 for draw number 4. 4 o'clock, pardon me.